Hey guys, Anyplace here. This is my first YouTube video and realistically probably not many people are going to see it. But everyone has to start somewhere. I've been thinking about doing this for quite a while now, probably for several months. I wasn't sure whether I should start making videos about RuneScape or YouTube videos in general. And well, here I am. Started playing RuneScape 3 in 2021 and maxed my account sometime around 2022 or 2023 and got my first comp cape on October 10th, 2024 and earned my master quest cape about a month later. Right now I'm working towards the master max cape and I'm currently training the last few million XP in divination, so that goal is getting very close. Trimmed Completionist is still work in progress, but jumpy bird kills and champion scrolls in particular are not exactly my favorite piece of content. Overall, I would consider myself a fairly active, but otherwise pretty average endgame player. I've completed all of the easy, medium, and hard combat mastery achievements, as well as some elite masters and grandmasters. However, I would definitely not describe myself as a particularly good PvMer. In 2025, I also completed some of the achievements from the PvMe Discord. I usually manage to complete at least some of the initiate through expert achievements, but as far as I remember, nothing above that. So, why do I want to make videos? First of all, I generally enjoy playing RuneScape 3. The game has helped me and continues to help me through some very difficult times. A few years ago, I was diagnosed with a serious chronic illness. My health forced me to stop working this spring. Technically, I'm still employed for now, but because of my condition, I'm no longer able to do my job. Playing video games keeps my mind occupied. It gives me something to focus on besides the physical symptoms and mental strain that I deal with most of the time. I'm not sharing this because I want pity or medical advice. Believe me, I already get plenty of the latter. Starting a YouTube channel gives me another project to focus on. It also gives me a way to document what I'm doing and the progress I'm making. The other reason is that I think I may have a perspective that is not represented all that often, although everyone probably thinks their own perspective is unique. I am a very analytic and planning-oriented person. When I was working towards the Completionist Cape and Master Quest Cape, as well as various rune score goals, and now Master Max, I usually had a plan for what I wanted to do, when I wanted to do it, and what would come next. Working through hundreds of achievements can be a lot of fun, but it also requires a lot of planning. Of course, one of the greatest resources available to any RuneScape player is the RuneScape Wiki. It is an incredible source of information and can answer almost any questions you might have. And when it cannot, there are several great Discord communities, including PvMe, Achievement Helpers, and the Boss Guild. I'm not here because I know more than any or even all of those resources. Instead, I want to show you how I use the available information to plan my goals, compare different options, and decide what to do next. So, what can you expect from this channel? For the next few weeks, probably quite a lot of leaks content. When the first RuneScape 3 leak started, I wasn't sure whether I wanted to try it. It was a temporary game mode, so it would not directly help me progress towards my main game goals. You also cannot play the main game and leagues at the same time, so every hour spent in leagues was an hour I could not spend working on Completionist, rune score, or XP goals. Still, in the end, I decided to give it a chance. And, well, I earned a Dragon Trophy, finished somewhere around rank 300 to 500, and did I enjoy it. After that, I really hope there would eventually be a second league. And now it's almost here. The first league didn't involve a lot of planning on my side, because I joined after it had already started. I did not prepare much in advance. I simply entered the league and started doing things. It was chaotic, but it was fun, and it continued to be a lot of fun. I have not played much old school RuneScape, so before the first RS3 league, I did not really know what to expect from the format. Some of the larger RuneScape creators had made a lot of league content. To be honest, it was never really my cup of tea. They always seemed incredibly excited about it, and I did not fully understand why. Most of the time I skipped their leaks videos, to be honest. A little ironic, isn't it? Well, after playing the first R3 leaks myself, I finally understand where that excitement came from. On the other hand, a lot of players had criticism of the first RuneScape 3 leaks and felt that it had several significant problems. Since I did not have much experience with other leagues to compare it with, it probably took some of the pressure away. I could simply enjoy it for what it was. When the first trailer for Leagues 2 was released, I got goosebumps. Region locking, the new blessing system, and everything else they showed immediately gave me a lot to think about. The starting regions are fixed. We begin in Misthalin and Havenhide, with Karamja as the next fix unlock. That leaves us with 3 additional regions to choose, and I've already spent a lot of time thinking about which 3 regions I want to unlock, how they interact with each other, and what each possible combination would mean for my account. That kind of planning is exactly what I enjoy. I will talk much more about my region choices and the reasons behind them in my next video. RuneScape 3 has also changed significantly since the first leaks. Most gameplay affecting microtransactions have been removed. What remains is mainly cosmetic MTX and a limited amount of bonus XP. It may not be a perfect solution, but I personally think it's a reasonable compromise. Dailyscape has also received a major overhaul. To be honest, the old system was one of the reasons I took a break earlier this year. I had become so conditioned to completing my daily tasks and D&Ds and whatever that once those obligations were reduced, I was not entirely sure what and why I actually wanted to do in the game. At the same time, it made taking a break feel much easier. Now that I have returned, however, I really appreciate the new system. In general, you can choose what you want to do, when you want to do it, and how long you want to do it for. There's still some daily, weekly, and monthly activities, as well as various time-gated mechanics, but compared with the old system, it feels much less restrictive. There have also been several graphical improvements and an entirely new area, Havenhide. Most of its content is currently aimed at lower or mid-level players, but the area itself is still beautiful and enjoyable to explore. It has some higher level content. Other pieces of content, such as wilderness flash events, have been removed. They did not always feel particularly oppressive while they were in the game, but now that they are gone, their absence feels like a genuine relief. That should also make Leaks 2 feel less like a checklist of activities that have to be completed at specific times. After leaks, or perhaps in between league sessions, I will probably continue working toward my Master Max, Trimmed Completionist, and final boss goals. Final boss is already fairly close. I only need a few more kills in the 3 original elite dungeons at Itwaksha. My much longer term goals include Ultimate Slayer, Insane Final Boss, Golden Reaper, and Max XP. And maybe eventually also want to work on the clue scrolls and their collection logs. Those goals will definitely take a very long time, but that is also a part of what makes them interesting. So, yeah, that is who I am, why I'm starting this channel, and what I hope to do here. For now, the main focus will probably be leaks too. Here and there, I will also do some normal videos about the main game. After that, we will see where the journey takes us. If you made it this far, thank you very much for sticking with me. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions or ideas. And if this sounds like a journey you would like to follow, consider leaving a like or subscribing to the channel. It would genuinely mean a lot to me. Thank you all, and God bless, and see you in the next video.